Am I live? I think I'm live. Okay, so I don't want to see me. I want to go to here. I think I'm live. So I'm just testing things out. Bear with me. I'm just playing around with different ways of doing things to get out there a bit more and on different platforms. So I think I'm live on Facebook as well. So it's where I'm just playing around today, trying to get my head around the technical aspects of things as I move into different avenues and different ways of building business and getting messages and connecting with others out there. So this is for the tarot stroke energies of the day, where I give you a general idea of the energies you might feel within you, around you, and within others. Take what resonates as it is general and leave what does not. I appreciate any comments. I appreciate any sharing. What's up, my brother David Combs on YouTube? Any of the comments I appreciate, and any sharing out is great also. So just let me know how it's going on Facebook, how I can work out how to see comments better and stuff, but I can go back and have a look at them. So I really appreciate you doing that. I'm going to be quick because I haven't got too much battery life on that one. So this is for the 27th of May 2021, and we've got a bit of a difficult day. The energies are tense, and there is a lot going on, and so we have the 5, 6, 7, 8 of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. So this speaks to very diligent hard work being put in. Be careful not to lose yourself in trying to get something done so much that you get wrapped up in that. Hey, Tadkins Jr. So the getting wrapped up so much in that you end up trying to work so hard that you get very little done. There's stuck energy today regarding that. So trying to be in flow, trying to be, for instance, today I've messed on with the technical aspects, and to the end and thought, you know what, people will appreciate me just trying different things. So just try, just let it flow. Try not to get too fixed on the result. Being in flow, this is blood, sweat and tears. It's diligent, hard graft work. And so being careful to take the steps with discernment that will actually build up what you've already worked so hard to attain, that you've already worked so hard to accomplish, rather than sabotaging yourself, exhausting yourself, being too much of a perfectionist, and getting it in that stuck energy, in that very fixed energy. On the bottom of the deck, again, it's Pentacles, so Earth, the reality that you're in, the people around you, your home, your car. This is the Knight of Pentacles. So this came up yesterday, and this speaks about having a strategy, having a plan and sticking to it, taking time to pause, sit back and look again at the situation before making the steps forward. This is the plodding horse, you know, is quite happy to be at a standstill here to figure out a strategy, to figure out a path. So if you feel yourself in this stuck energy where you're banging your head against a brick wall to get the days going, to get the work, the projects accomplished, the strategy needs to be put in place. Take some time out, take a breather to look at it from different perspectives, different ways of seeing, different ways forward, different paths forward, not getting too fixed. So the first cards, we do have the 5 of Cups. This does speak of sorrow. It does speak of that feeling of being forlorn, of being energetically drained. There's this dark cloak here and the hunched figure, and concentrating very much so on the 3 cups that have spilt, rather than the 2 cups that signify the divine feminine, divine masculine within, that would have everything that you would need to go forward on your path forward, in your divinities, rather than in your grief. This is where we harness the lower aspects of ourselves, the experiences that do put us into these energies of feeling low, feeling depressed, feeling alone. This is where we can dig in and find our grit and give our root some water, so to speak, to be able to be rooted in who we really are and have the strength to go forward. This is where you're chiseling yourself, building firmer foundations within self in order to go forward. Now, there's the depth of this despair, the depths of this darkness that you may be feeling or maybe watching others feel. For sure, on the collective stage, there is a lot more going on underneath the surface. So often what you are concentrating on, this Three of Cups here, what you are being drawn to, what you are being held in the grief of, there's much more hidden things in the root that you can dig out that would stop these experiences coming to you, to stop you having to feel this way. And in that, again, there is growth and experience. This is the High Priestess, Major Arcana. This is the occult, the hidden, the secret. It is the ultimate divine feminine energy. And it's in that divine feminine energy, in the dark womb, where the nourishment is, in the soil where the roots can take hold, where the person can build themselves in a way that reflects them more so, rather than the surface level of the symptomatic grief or symptomatic despair, when there is the cause very much underneath. And you can use this divine feminine energy to, one, be of wisdom and intuition, but also of bravery and very connected to the black, the dark, the Boaz, where it is that it's okay. We know, as divine feminine energies, we know the life and death cycle. It happens on a 28-day cycle in connection with the moon. There is a life and death, and it's okay to let go of that isn't serving you, to let go of that isn't nourishing your root. And so there's a lot of hidden secrets to be had here. As far as the collective stage, there is so much occult magic, so much hidden magic being done on the collective, where the collective is not quite seeing that they're being in the symptomatic grief, in the symptomatic upset feeling, but they're not really looking into the depths. So in the UK, we're seeing Boris and Cummins and Hancock arguing, and it seems like, yeah, breakthrough, lots is getting said, lots is getting done. Actually, no, people are still focused on the surface layer, symptomatic grief, and by them arguing like this, putting this play out, nobody's asking the deep and meaningful questions of, well, you're complaining about them, Cummins, but how come you were part of it? How come you're not speaking about the death rates that are going sky high in conjunction with a certain infusion? And so this is where distraction, and it keeps people in that symptomatic distracted grief and misunderstanding. So we've got the Three of Swords as the next card. This is a really painful energy. There is so much going on here underneath the surface that will be bubbling forward in the collective. Be aware of this if you are an empath. Be very careful to be transmuting your energy regularly, clearing your energy regularly, empath or not, ritualistically cleansing yourself, cleansing your aura, giving yourself that crystallized aura to have some deflective shield over yourself regarding this. There is a lot that we need to transmute as a collective, and there is a lot therefore coming up in our individual lives, pain, wounds that have been buried deep and not taken note of. This is where we go back to this and see this energy as a gift, as a flag to say, look here, this is where this got in, this is where you started accepting this kind of behavior from others. So it's in this dark, deep-rooted energy of today that we find the grit and the strength to go forward. But without sweeping things under the rug, we have to get brave enough in our individual lives and as a collective to truly face the raw energies of whatever pains and wounds that need to be transmuted, and truly be honest about them. We've got to clarify that card, the Nine of Cups, in reverse. In the upright, this would be the blissful moments, the potentials of emotional bliss. In the reverse, this is where we may be, due to pains and wounds that are coming up today, we may be delving into too much alcohol, too much substance, distraction, very much so, putting a plaster over things, getting, slightly lost in the energies. So be aware of this. Make sure to take time out, yes, but do things that feed you physically, spiritually, mentally, and emotionally while you transmute these energies, rather than distracting yourself and trying to just forget about it for another day. There's my sister. Hey, sister, I was playing, trying to see what I can do technically, and I've finally gone live somehow. So I'm going to just keep trying and trying till I get it down. So we've got the Sun card in reverse, another major arcana. This speaks of enlightenment. The sun is the sun. It is nourishing. It is enlightening. Where the sun shines, you see the growth. You see the harvest. And so there is much harvest in this pain that you might be feeling today, or that you might be witnessing other people feeling. There is much harvest to be had, but it isn't going to be all rainbows and roses. In fact, it is for us to get comfortable with the actual realities of things in order for us to really bring the light to the dark, whether that's in our individual lives or as a collective. It's something that we almost get comfortable in doing. There's been a little bit, quite a bit of a psyop, particularly in the spiritual world, of all namaste, all love and light, to the point where people have lost the meaning of namaste, to the point where people have lost the meaning that you only have the light by building up the root of the darkness. You wouldn't even be able to recognize the light if it didn't have the strong, firm, divine, feminine, foundational contrast of the darkness. So this is where we get comfortable with what we've been hiding for too long in our individual lives and as a collective, and we turn that sun the right way up. The Justice card, another major arcana, comes up to clarify the sun. This is heavy duty energy and heavy duty alchemy, and trying to clear ourselves of old doctrines and look at what justice really is. Justice is our own individual scales. Even if on the outside we look like the victim that has been so badly done to, if we are still frightened to look at the pain that was caused, to look at why we may have attracted that in, from which parts of us in our dark corners that we're afraid to look at did we not clear out, so we attracted in yet another experience that would cause the energy of a victim. If we're not able to do that, then we will never be able to actually call in what you would say karma or justice. And so it is for you to get comfortable in every area of yourself. If you expect these scales to come in balanced for you, if you expect these scales to weigh your heart with the feather and see that you are light, no matter what the experience, no matter what you're going through, that you can find that balance of the scales, that only comes from truth and raw truth, which is this sword here depicted, the sword of truth. These are your truths that are for you to dissect and in a stand and come to terms with, and love self through coming to terms with, and using it as a building block rather than something that will continue to put you in the five. Continuous hump day, never really getting over that hump, never really getting over that pain. We've got the 7 together, the 5 and the 2 of the High Priestess would make 7. This is the bridge. This is my Susie. She's the spiritual bridge, the connector, the connecting the dots. And you connect the dots to that pain, which would create the 3 again, because we've got the 9 plus 3, 12, going back to the 3, but it's 3 in a way of the trinity of you, your truth, your balance, you being the middle point of the scales, and your two balls on the side, the fire, your heart, the feather, and being able to stay in that balanced point. So if we went back to here, we've got 19, 20, 30. So the sun and the Justice card coming back up as the 3. This is about you building up your scales. And in doing this, there is much occult wisdom and knowledge that you can then apply to the collective stage and what is going on in the collective stage. For if you can come from a balanced place in both your light and your dark, your divine feminine and your divine masculine represented in these 2 pillars here, if you can do that, then we cannot be corralled, coerced the way that we're seeing ourselves having done so today. We cannot be manipulated. We cannot be hurt the way that we have been so used to hurting and misunderstanding our pains and being victim to our wounds and pains. This is warrior building energy for sure. So I'm gonna hey Keith, my phone's about to die on Facebook, so I'm gonna end that stream there and finish ending live video, and now I'm to my YouTube family. Hey people. Oh no, I don't want to do that. So I think I'm live on Facebook, Stop. I never listen to myself. If I check videos back, you to my Susie. We've got Tessa. I recognize your name, Tessa, but in other channels. Love Ed. Hi, Ed, my little child, my brother, and we have on here. So it's just on and on with myself, trying to then get the process able to repeat. Just you can expect me to just keep trying until I don't want to be just by accident as and when. So Atkins Jr. And Ellie always said that the wrong way. Doug, I've missed you all a lot. I've been so busy building relationships, listening and grabbing your coffee, number 10. And oh, okay. So I am going to pull some. I really want to build this channel up. You really do. You help me build those foundations. Say hello down there. David Coombs. Was it Combs? Brother need to know today for his highest potentials. Okay, David, we've got the 5 of Swords for you. So this speaks to it speaks to losses. It speaks to you. You do have the upper hand, but maybe giving too much energy out. And I know your heart trying to give truth probably to people with the air to save them from themselves. Actually, for you, because it's a mind. Make some of your wisdom to those who are able to hear it and understand it. That I know that you are full of wisdom that people would do well to listen to, but sometimes we lack wisdom in trying too hard to give it in the wrong direction. On the bottom of the deck, we've got the 9 of and learning to be too much of your consciousness away to others. Avenues and ways of thinking, the balance of that. Yes, you do your truth work, you help connecting the dots, that if you give too much, because if you can learn to balance that out, of how you're doing that through your consciousness. Atkins Jr. I hope you're doing well, Atkins. Need to know. Got the 6 of Cups for you, honey. Speaking to emotional connection. And the 6 of Pentacles, generosity, especially within your family. There is a lot of love, but other people have come in their emotionally connected to religion, ways of thinking, politics. You are different, and that is okay. That does not make you any less of the part of your family, but it is okay for you to start to build your own foundations of what you're emotionally connected to. But there are still lessons to be learned there, using that the balance. It's all about balance. We've got the Six of Cups and then the Six of Pentacles, showing the balance scales. Again, not giving too much of your energy out without too much return. That's not a nasty thing to say. That is alchemy, that is wisdom. And so that will do you a great deal. In particular, look back to grandmothers, some old sayings that they might have said in the past regularly. It just gives you something to dig into and look deep into that help you on your day. Highest Doug need to know his highest potentials. What does my brother need to know? Okay, so 2 popped out for you, Doug. We've got the 10 of Wands on the bottom of the deck. So this is, you're carrying a heavy load. You're working damn hard for sure. And, you know, you're carrying that load and maybe a little bit too much. I want you to look at ways and means. And I know you're going to be saying, Jenny, as if I haven't thought of that. There's other things that you haven't thought of yet, of how to lighten your load, working smarter and not harder, so to speak, you know, recalibrating, redoing this stack of wands that you're carrying, and going back to what the initial passion was, the initial drive, the initial wanting, the initial lust to get something done, or how something would look. Got the 5 of Wands. You're all fire, Doug. What sign are you, Doug? Fire, 5 of Wands. This speaks to conflict, nothing too serious, but it does speak to conflict. You're stirring people's fires up, people's passions up wherever you go. Got a feeling you know that. I've got a feeling that you are very active in that, trying to stoke people's fires, particularly for truth right now. Now, as far as working harder, working smarter and not harder, this is where the 3 of Wands is looking to different horizons, looking to different ways and means, things that you have maybe limited yourself from having or thinking that you are capable of doing. Really look at different ways and means and niche things of you, particularly importing or exporting just a certain part or a certain thing that somebody or some companies are going to be having trouble getting a hold of. You'll know what that is. If it hasn't come up already, it will come up, something along those lines. But look farther, look wider, and do not limit yourself for 1 second in your capabilities of creating something that is a flame that other people want to be a part of or see you succeed in. Chad, what does Chad need to know today? What does Chad need to know today? His highest potentials. Okay. So again, the 3 came out. Well, on the bottom of the deck, we've got the 9 of, so here, be super strict about your sleep, you know, weaning down those hours so that you're actually going to bed earlier each night and getting a fuller night and getting a much earlier morning with dominion and control, saying, you know, I'm going into sleep to rest the body and be in a restful place within my consciousness. I'm going into sleep for renewal. This does not have to be a heavy active night of more dreams that I can't quite remember. We've got on the next card 4, 5, 6, 7 of Pentacles. So having faith in yourself, having faith in your abilities to reach your material goals for sure, Chad. Again, releasing yourself from the limitations and labels. And I know that is hard right now in the current climate, and you're sort of looking at different things going wrong in the economy. Think like a billionaire. Think that they cause these things to happen because they make their most money during these periods. And so again, the alchemy of switching that around in your mind and absolutely knowing yourself and knowing knowing how you can achieve anything that you put your mind to. 3 of Cups, the celebration here. Really dig into friendships, really reach out to a funny guy, and you can bring so much light to people and the conversation. But there's true connections being made here in your life that you will cherish forever. And again, if these haven't come up already, they will be coming up. This is going to give you a lot of strength and a lot of self-belief again. Maybe stoke your fire again as to what you are capable of, for sure. Who is next? Susie. My Susie Q. I love you. So what does Susie need to know? Just for today. We love you. So you're coming in with Major Arcana, number 10, Wheel of Fortune. You've got a hold of that wheel, sister. You're turning it in the direction that you wanted to go in. And you're like a kid in a candy shop right now, figuring out different ways and means and recipes. And I love the foresight. I love the planning and really taking a hold and managing of that wheel. You telling the destiny which direction it's going to go in and taking only yes for an answer. And I love that, Susie. Tessa, what does Tessa need to know? Tessa, what does Tessa need to know to reach the highest potentials of today? Flying out the gate. Tessa. So 2 cards fly out for you. Wow, Tessa. We have on the bottom of the deck the 8 of Cups. So there's a necessity here, a driving force that you've been considering for a while to leave something that you are emotionally connected to, bound to, something that you've outgrown, that you've matured out of. Now, this isn't to say it's without a sense of loss, but you just know that you've outgrown this energy. You know that it's time to let go of whatever this is that you're emotionally connected to that isn't serving you to your greatest right now. You have got on the bottom of the deck, well, I want to say under that card, you've got the Star card, which is a Major Arcana. And then the 2 cards that flew out for you was number 6, the Lover's card, and the Hierophant, number 5. So the Hierophant speaks of drawing down the esoteric, mesoteric, and exoteric. So drawing down all of the levels of knowing, of consciousness, and drawing that down and making it applicable to the physical reality that you are in. And so there is so much spiritual understandings and downloads happening with you right now, dots connecting, the hidden that was once hidden to you starting to make sense. You're delving in deep to your spirituality and reconnecting and remembering just how powerful and how wisdom filled and knowledgeable you are. Now you get the Lover's card. So this would be making a major decision from your divinity within, your divine feminine and your divine masculine. So making that decision from a balanced place with your newfound knowledge, with your newfound expansion. And it is a major decision in life that can often reflect things that you are emotionally connected to. It would be to go with your heart, to truly lean into your wisdom and into your intuition, rather than just intellect and surface layer as to how things should look. You going with this will really bring power and force to the direction that you're going in, for sure, making the decision to take it to the next step, whatever that it is for you. That's a deep, deep message. Awesome. Good on you, Tessa. And this is the beauty of what's going on right now. There's so much distraction and trickery going on. But then there's these people in the spiritual community that are saying, okay, well, that means we're digging in. That means we're investigating ourselves and making ourselves stronger and becoming much more knowledgeable. And you're one of those, Tessa. And so that is a beautiful thing for sure. David, have we done David? I did David. I did the other David. David Castle. David Castle, I hope you've got your coffee. David, what does my brother David Castle need to know for today? You want to know that one? Wow. So 3 of Swords on the bottom of the deck. So there is old wounds that are apparent, and you are in a place of true divinity with incorporating your divine feminine. Some of these wounds might be connected to feminine energies within your lifetime. It might even be, you know, some resonance of past life, but I think within this lifetime, certain pains and abuses that have been there from early on, and this high priestess energy, you're engaging in this and using that dark, just today's reading, really, David, this is amazing in that you're using this newfound occult knowledge, the knowledge that was hidden to you once before, and you are engaging in the divinity of the feminine rather than the aspects of the depiction of the female, of the feminine, that have afflicted you and caused these wounds. And so you're digging into this deep and transmuting this energy. If you're tearful today, let that flow. That is the divine feminine clearing out, giving you the physical representation of release. And so you truly are going through this cycle of the moon, clearing out the debris and leaving this stronger sense of self, knowing of self. And there's true alchemy in this as to how you can use this in your reality too. This is beautiful. Love you, David, for that. That's amazing. Who else was it? Who else was after that? Let's see. Oh, there's my big bro. Hey, Elderberry. I wasn't I say Elderberry. Doesn't place. David Castle. Big bro. What does Elder need to know? Big brother Barry need to know? Okay. So the Ten of Pentacles is making itself, you know, apparent to me there, big bro. And so this is, you know, you've worked hard for your abundance, you really have, and you've got it, not really quite knowing why right now, that you've worked so hard. There's almost a bit of a disappointment as to the way things are regarding that somehow, some way. Five of Swords is on the bottom of the deck, so there's still this rumbling on of a conflict, maybe a bit of a troublemaker in the midst, and the, you know, causing a little bit of conflict, or just feeling like that conflict is still there, ready to bubble and brew. Now you've got the Knight of Cups, so this speaks of you are a knight, you are a guardian. I know that you've done that in your service, and that heart's never left you, but you are a loving being, and I want you to really focus on what really fills you up with bliss, and go forward towards that. Let the people who are having conflict or trying to take your thoughts in one direction, let them have that. I want you to really focus on what really heart, smile, and really go forward with that message, because that's going to really feed you. You've got the Fool card that popped out with that, and that is getting back to that zero, in that 0 point energy, and ready for a new experience, quite a big experience that might not have looked like that Ten of Pentacles that you imagined, that made itself apparent. And you know, it might cause a little bit of a cat amongst the pigeons, but it is for you to go forward with this, because this is where your bliss lies, your heart lies. This is where real happiness lies. So making the steps to go forward with that would be super powerful today. So got big bro. Did we do Ed? Ed, let me, did I do? The readings go as soon as I've read them. Oh, hold on. Susie Q, you keep me right. Okay, so done Chad, done David, Tessa, big bro. Ed, did I do you? That sounds awful. Ed, did I do you? Let me know. Okay, can people just type in who I haven't done? Because that might be easier. Ed, okay, Ed, thank you, Susie. What does my brother Ed need to know for today to reach his highest potentials? Oh, flying out. So you have got Ed, the Queen of Coins. So this is a very nurturing, very beautiful, divine feminine energy. And you put in energy into that aspect either of yourself or somebody that is within your life that this is reflective of will be super beautiful and powerful for you today. Again, there's certain wisdoms that you can be giving this energy because the Hierophant's on the bottom of the deck again for you. So really becoming this master to awaken the goddess. Now, yes, this might represent you to awaken your divinities within, using your divine masculine to start to engage and awaken that divine goddess energy. Or I think it's more that it's you already being somewhat of a master of your hidden energies and knowing that really you've always been able to work with energy pretty well. You just haven't bragged about it. But you know, the way that you can do something today for this energy of this divine feminine energy, you really act with your wisdom to engage in and awaken the goddess within this beautiful energy. And this is the story of the two pillars, the divine feminine, divine masculine, the representation of that in this reality. And the divine feminine has, for the most part, for a long time been put to sleep, the sleeping goddess, and the master lost his skills. The master forgot to be the master, you know, in Snow White, taking him to awaken the goddess, to allow her to really understand the beauty and power that she holds. And so there's power in this, but you can do this in the physical for somebody today for sure, and it would be a very special experience. Hey Joe, how are you doing? How are you doing? Hi, how are you doing? That was who else? So card for Ed, done Ed. So is it Kibu next? Is it Kibu? I know I haven't done. Okay, so I know I haven't done cup of tea. Cup of tea with $3 worth of sugar and cookies. Is that the full name? Cup of tea. Let's say cup of tea. What does cup of tea need to know today? Honey with the tea, I like that. Okay, so you get a cup as well, Ace of Cups, and you are really King of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Taking authority over self-love today will be super powerful for you. And you've started to really grasp this idea of releasing yourself from limitations and conditions with this Ace of Cups. And this is all about self-love and self-adoration, not in an egotistical way, but in a way of having reverence for the life that you are and the beauty and wisdom and experience that you bring here into this reality. Really being accepting of self and all layers and aspects of self, and the power and force in that is super powerful. Cup of tea. I don't know what else to say to you other than this is perfect. Make sure that you maintain your authority over this, that you don't allow others to look at it in a very modern way of, oh, they love themselves. Yeah, I love myself. Thanks. I really worked hard on that. It's a hard lesson to learn in this reality for sure. So you've got it going. So Raven, hey Raven, my good friend. So what does Raven need to know today? What does Raven need to know today? Raven needs a different deck. Okay, Raven, what do you need to know today to reach your highest potentials? Raven has just such a lovely energy, such you've got that contrast of having that firm foundation wisdom and that huge amount of divine feminine compassion and intuition, Raven. I just want to tell you that. I don't know where that came from, but I know it's true. And we appreciate you being here and around us and all the words. If you ever look in the comments on the videos, Raven always has something that should be taken note of. So I'm going to half the deck there from where it's, so what could be on the bottom of the deck, two bottoms of the deck for you, Raven. We've got the Page of Cups. So this speaks to the messenger of love and compassion. And throughout all of this, we've got the Knight of Swords, sorry, on the bottom of the deck. This speaks to that contrast I was talking about, where there's this love and compassion and drive to deliver the message of love. There's also this masculine force of you will deliver this and you will understand the alchemy of this and the power of this, that it isn't just love and light. When I say much favor, I put behind the intent much favor, and I can hear you saying that. And so this is the gift that you bring, and this authority over the emotions. You are in such beautiful connection with your emotional body, where you have learned through very hard lessons that others may crumble in, how to channel your waters, how to channel your emotions rather than them having control and channeling you. And so this is such a beauty and force and power in this, and you've gotten real good at taking authority over your emotional space and the lack of emotional baggage that you will accept from others anymore. And this is beautiful and perfect for what we need in this collective. I love you, Raven. And so, how do you say that? Mahe ona. Mahe ona. That Raven always says that. Mahe ona. You'll have to tell me if I'm saying it right. Okay. Who else is there? How about I keep it? Please let me know. Joe. I know I haven't done Joe. Hey, Joe. Joe, what a wealth of knowledge you are. You're just an absolute you're an absolute dream of a man, because of the experiences that I can feel you go through and the strength that you draw from it. Rather than ever letting it get you down, you just keep drawing more wisdom to bring to this reality, and you gift others with it wherever you go. And that's the Three of Cups for you, Joe, and the friendships that are being built. I just want you to know, because we've got on the bottom of the deck the Empress card, and this is, you know this, that your thoughts, your words, your deeds create your reality. That we are these creators and these governors of our consciousnesses, and we sort of bounce off realities with others. But the reality that you create and the connections that you make around you, you've got a 3 and a 3. And then the 6, which makes up the man, you know, the 6 proton, 6 neutron, 6 electron, that beautiful number that is the body. But you are not, for sure, you are not limited by the physical body. Your consciousness is outside of the physical body. Everybody's is, but you live in that field of possibilities. You live in those potentials and the wisdom and knowledge of the old, of knowing your thoughts, your words, your deeds create your reality. And whatever is thrown at you, you just, with this Page of Wands, just go around it or delve into it and say, okay, let me get from this what I need to get. But the beautiful thing with this is, and I want you to know, Joe, that when your name is said, energetically, I feel the appreciation of others for you and the love others have for you. And you have said things along the way that have saved people from themselves, that have lifted them up, that have given them a kick up the jacksie. You've done all of that and more. So I want you to really take that to heart today and let that feed you today into the potentials I know you reach every day. I can just feel that for sure. Kibu, did I do you? Self-nurturing, absolutely, Joe. So I haven't done Kibu. Hey, my sister and brother, Michael Musgrave. It's another day in paradise. I know, Susie, aren't they? The spirits are all around. I can feel them, but I can feel all of you that I'm reading for as well. So could be your energies too. Okay. Did I do Kibu? I don't think the chat's behind. I think it's me. Being me. Okay. Kibu and my sister and brother. Michael Musgrave. Sorry, Kibu, it's not that I've forgotten. I said your name before, and I do readings then. Thank you, Susie, holding space. She holds this space for me. Whatever I do on here, you can guarantee Susie has helped me do, or one way or the other, whether that is energetically or absolutely in the physical. Thank you, Susie. Sorry if you're too cross, Joe. No, I love your passion and your drive. Crass, oh no, crass. Well, same goes, same message. No, you are on point. There's something about you that you've just been through it, and you know what should be taken note of and what really does not matter, and you bring what matters. So no, you be as crass as you like. So Kibu, you have the Wheel of Fortune like Susie, and this is the number 10. I want you to really take a hold of your wheel and really direct your destiny. And the Page of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck, really seeking, and you will find kind of energy. Keep looking for that thing that you say, wow, yes, I could take this forward. Now, this might seem like the most obscure thing. I'm picking up on, and this might not be totally resonant to you, but it's for you to take on board. You know, when you see little products that it's just like a hair bubble line and that is it, but it takes off and every little girl wants one, and it becomes something that you look back on and say, that happened in the 80s or that happened in the 90s. There's something like that for you to seek out that really helps you take control and hold of your wheel for your destiny. Now, you could put that to any level of your life, but I don't know, that's how it's coming through for me. But I do want you to really be like Susie, tenacious and like Inspector Gadget type of seeking and you'll find, so to speak. 8 of Wands on the underneath that, and that is listen to your spirit, listen to your gut, listen to the energies around you, and let them guide you. You know, synchronistic numbers and things like that. You know, you look at a clock and you immediately know what kind of day it's going to be because you see that synchrony of numbers that in plain sight. My brother and sister. Let's see. So this is for my sister and Michael Musgrave. The Hanged Man, Major Arcana. Being able to see from different perspectives. You are just hanging in your enlightenment there, sister, and you just gaining in a standing of huge potentials within what used to be limited. Now you can see as fields of possibilities for sure, but taking a pause and you're just sitting back and watching, and you're watching other people's traps and other people's imprisonment, self-imprisonment, and you're just letting that energy flow, and that's how it needs to be right now. I do want you to maybe delve into this Hangman energy even more, to really be practicing the silencing of these thoughts, and the because you've gotten real good at this. So don't think this is a negative thing. I think you're challenging yourself to get real good at meditating, to get real good at using your alchemy and your manifestation skills. And so you're challenging yourself as you would, and you're meeting that challenge for sure. That's the only card you don't like. Is which one, Big Bro? The 8 of Swords or the Hangman? Probably the Hangman. You don't like being in stasis, in stillness. Yeah, you're watching that movie, sister. You are. You're just sitting back and thinking, oh gosh, yes, the zombies. Here comes the zombies. Get the gun. So So this is for my brother. Okay, this is for my brother. Welcome, Kibu. This is for High Priestess. The occult is being seen. The unseen is being seen. And brother, you keep adorning that goddess, that sister of mine, and you keep awakening that goddess. The alchemy in relationship in this balance is beautiful. In the two pillars that are in the within, both of you are exploring that in the two of you, and that's going to bring up some things, but you're just rolling with it. And you have been finding out some research and some things and putting dots together as far as the bastards in the powerful positions, and you are really on point. There's something almost ludicrous that you've been looking into, and you're right, there's connections there and possibilities there in the occult, the hidden, that you are pulling up out of the swamps, so to speak. And you're like the Knight of Wands again. That's come up again. You're just investigatory, you know, you're just digging this up, you're digging this out. Speak to Wayne for sure. He's on this same thread of making them be seen, connecting the dots. So that is you. Which one? What did I miss? Hangman. I knew it would be the Hangman. Most people would like the Hangman. Why? Because he doesn't like staying still. He doesn't like anything being still. He likes to be on the go, go, go. And so, yeah, the Hangman is a difficult energy for many people. Thankfully, my sister's getting it down pat. But yeah, I can totally imagine that, big brother, that you would not be able to put up with the Hangman energy for too long. So, is there anybody else that I've missed, or have I got everybody? Susie, have I got everybody? I think I've got everybody. But no, Joe, you do you. You are perfect as you are. Joe says, I've come to kick ass and chew bubblegum. Yeah, you have. Yeah, you have, and yeah, you do. And that's, we need you. David Castle. David Castle. I'm sorry, David. I thought I'd done you earlier. Let's see what comes up. David Castle. David Castle. The Knight of Wands. This mutable fire, this mutable energy, this seeking and being able to go off course and just delving into it, being in the flow of investigation, and following passions and drives just because, actually brings up huge power for you, brother, with the Judgment card coming up. Finding your path, but truly letting go of the old, letting go of the things that have affected you throughout your life. Actually, this having a physical impact on you too, of improving health, letting go of that weight, and going forward on your path, really having a lot of soul retrieval, soul revival, soul connection, you know, really getting back onto your boat, so to speak, and having that power of your soul behind you, full throttle, and being able to just delve into the corners that the universe leads you to be able to do that, and having the wisdom to be in flow with that. Okay, so hey Shannon, hey, oh thank you, happy belated birthday, she says. So Shannon, I'm going to do you last, and unless Susie tells me I've missed somebody, Ed, you are so welcome. Please, you know, keep coming back. Shannon, the wise April Fool. What does Shannon need to know? You get temperance, Shannon. I can see that. So got the 8 of Wands on the bottom of the deck. You're really in spirit. Today's all about balance, alchemy, elements. And so with the temperance card, major arcana coming in for you also, you've really been working hard on transmuting the energies and gotten so good at it. It's become second nature. Being in true emotional connection with self, not being afraid of those emotions, and submerging yourself somewhat in a balanced way to be able to absorb the energies, the memories, the messages within the water, but then absolutely alchemizing them away over your heart chakra, and being able to take even the most negative of messages of energy being put your way, or just that you're witnessing, and absolutely being able to transmute it into something that is beautiful, something that gives power and that is balanced. And this is the magic that we need most of all, this alchemy, this knowing, and this ability to stay grounded, to not be afraid of any of our elements. It's Aquarius, it's air, bringing air to water, speaking power, powerful words, beautiful words, absolutely reprogramming the waters, reprogramming not just your waters, but by you doing this, if you could do this actual pose in a lake or the sea, the power that you would exude and the actual healing that you would bring to the waters that you touch and the ground that you touch with your feet would be super powerful, Shannon. If you could do that, let me know either on here or on Wayne's channel, because I can see you doing that, and I think it would be something to behold for sure. Did I not do? I did Jeannie, didn't I? Because I did. Yeah, I did, because I did Michael Musgrave, brother then sister. Is that right? Let me know. Let me know, Musgrave. No, Deborah, neither did I. I was just playing around. Hey, sister. I was just playing around and trying to get better and make it second nature to be able to go live without doing it by accident, to be able to repeat the process. So it worked and I stayed on. So yeah, I did Jeannie. She got the Hangman for sure, because Big Bro did not like that. Is that right? So Deborah, because I can't go without doing Deborah. Did you say, oh no, Deborah's cards come out. So 3 of Pentacles with the Ace of Pentacles. You are, there's a newness to you. There's a newness to the reality that you're living, regardless of what's going on around you, sister. You're seeking abundance and taking only yes for an answer from the universe. And you're doing this, if you haven't already been doing it, through some kind of teamwork, through connecting with others, through connecting skill sets, getting jobs done, taking things off your list, really concise and really planned. And you're Aries, aren't you, sister Deborah? I'm sure you're Aries. So this is funny, because you are fire, but you're using the energies around you to really have your flame lit, but using it in the physical. And so this is where sometimes the physical, I think, can feel a bit too slow for you, but it's you're speeding things up in the physical. So you're in a nice flow of getting things done concisely and like an executive in your own life. So you keep, yes, you are. So you're keeping that fire going, and you're stoking the flames of others too with this 3 of Pentacles. I want you to continue to take charge. This isn't an ego thing. This is what you do best as Aries. You're the fire starter, quite literally. So there's some kind of seed that you're adding the spark of life to, and you're incorporating other people into that for sure. That's amazing, actually, because you're speeding up the reality around you, because usually reality can be a bit slow for you, sister, because you're quick thinking, you're the fire starter, you stoke the new flame, and you like to keep the flame going, you like to grow that flame. So you are just in time, absolutely. So I hope that helps you, sister, reach your highest potentials. I know it will. I know you didn't even need it, but it gives you that confirmation. where was Shannon's comment? Because I read Shannon, wow, I just got the body chills. I did, Shannon, because I could see you doing that in my mind's eye, absolutely, as if it was in real time. So she says, haven't been feeling like I have been doing well with this, but this message from the universe helps me so much. Thank you so much. Shannon, you are doing amazingly. And the temperance card doesn't just come with namaste and feeling the light. It often comes from being in the depths, because that's where you train yourself to start this alchemy process, to be able, it'd be too easy, ridiculously easy, that it wouldn't even be alchemy if you weren't being challenged by opposites, so that you weren't bringing opposites together to create something new. If you either here or email or on Wayne's channel, because I saw you doing that, 1 foot on the ground, 1 foot in the water, and hands out balanced. And I want you to visualize that energy channeling across your heart chakra. And as you're doing that, impregnate that energy with powerful thoughts, with beautiful words, like the rice test, where you have it in 2 jars, one where you say lovely words to it for days, weeks, and the other way you say negative. You'll see the distorted energies or crystals if you do it with water too, in the negative, and you'll see the beautiful crystals or fresh rice as if you put it in there on the first day, in the positive. I want you to visualize what I'll call the rainbow of energy exchange. Visualize that energy like a rainbow crossing over your 2 palms. Put one further down than the other. Like you can feel that there. Please do that now if you can, while I'm doing it on the screen, and tell me you can't feel that. I know that you can feel that. You're doing amazing, Shannon. Absolutely. On a different read this AM, Jeannie received the wheel. She loves that card. You're all on the wheel, but even that, with that hangman, being able to just take in that enlightenment and just being on the right track. Jeannie's not even having to try hard like Susie. They're just doing the doing, and that's my sisters. That's what you do. So Deborah, beautiful. Thank you, Jenny. I'll be rewatching what I've missed. Beautiful. Thank you, Deborah. Love you. Love to all of you. I appreciate all of you. Susie, I'm going to be free after I've done that group talk tonight. So we're on. I'm going to make sure. So I think that is everybody. Yep, sister says we're done. Done. It's all good. I'm too involved to worry about anything. You've got so much going on and you're just getting it done, sister Jeannie. You are. Shannon, you felt it. I felt it. Yeah. Oh, well, I love you too, Shannon. Thank you. But please let me know when you do that. There's a power source of energy for you there. I appreciate you all. Joe, Susie, Michael, Jeannie, Kibu, Big Brother, David and David. Did I say Joe, Deborah, my mom's name, Shannon, who else? Tessa, and I think I've said Joe 3 times now. But Joe, I'll say your name 3 times, Joe. Know the magic of 3 and 6 and 9. And I think that is it. Raven, thank you all so much to all of you. I love Chad to love and appreciate you all. And of course, Tatkins Jr. Mwah. I'll see you all.